have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond. Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980 8483 340 9400 or 635 9906.
Jamano Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamano, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be delivered to them within the shortest time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamano Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and Approved Services. Visit our head office at Brusubi opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited, or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call us on 310-3050 or 310-3051, or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamano Money Transfer.
I get it. Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyenje.
Okay. What's that? Nsila ID soto.
Sorry. I get it.
Bijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Mbare.
Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Birim koyna fo katon.
Bari si kodo kino katon nim fo bolong blabe no.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Gambia kono anin Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Golam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol ni fana beteata. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je.
Wo moyo diat
apelenta
baraka ni na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bu kanila ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Baraka.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Welcome to the brunch on Ketfatu Live. Well, we have, sorry for it, delayed start to the program. So without much ado, as the politicians would say, we go straight into this afternoon's agenda. First, let me introduce my panelist. On the far right is Modou Mboowe. He is a member, well, he's a member of the APRC. He will tell you which side, if you don't know already. Marr Nyang is the Executive Director for Civil Society Organization Gambia Participates, and Saihou Mballow is Presidential Advisor for Politics. Mr. Mballow and the President have been on tour since I think 2 weeks now, or 10 days, getting into 2 weeks now. We will catch up with what the President has been telling the people he's meeting and what they too have been telling him. Then we will discuss with Mr. Mo, that is what's the latest news in terms of politics from his part of the APRC. Mr. Mo himself has some individual ideas that really attracted public attention this week. We will deal with that. Marr Nyang will tell us the latest activities of Gambia Participates. We're heading into a budget session, and Marr and his NGO have particular interest in following where the money goes. Marr, welcome.
Thank you.
Good. Let's all start with the Honorable Saihou Mballow. President Barrow is on his Meet the People's tour. You've been to most corners of the country now. What has been his message? I know, to start with, farmers have been asking why your government did not increase the producer price for groundnuts at the secos. We didn't hear what the government's argument is on that. We would like to know that. And then, of course, the people have picked up some statements supposedly said by the president that the people were not happy about. But let's just concentrate on the substantive program that the president was following in the provinces. How did the tour go?
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Cham, for inviting me, and also I thank my colleague Mr. Mboowe and Marr Nyang for being part of this program today, the brunch.
Yeah.
And I am happy to deliberate on the presidential Meet the People's tour. He started the tour on the 18th of November, and actually right now we have just started the second leg of the tour. I mean, the tour was very successful. It was not a political one. We stated, we made it very clear prior to the commencement of the tour. The director of press at the State House and myself, we went through the media. We went through GRTS, iAfrica, Star TV, and other radio stations to sensitize the Gambians about the tour. Okay. That the tour is a constitutional mandate, that the president is mandated to go around the country and meet and discuss with the Gambian people.
But not a political.
It was not a political.
You know, it has always been difficult to differentiate politics from what's supposed to be official. Even the time of Jawara, then it used to be called Meet the People, Meet the Farmers Store. But we saw PPP, guy companies, PPP ministers addressing PPP matters. Yeah, Jammeh's time too. We saw APRC people coming to rallies, organizing fun fairs, and to some extent even Barrow's time. We saw even this one. We saw NPP people, NPP flags welcoming him. So, how can you say that is not political?
Well, I mean, Mr. Cham, we have no power to stop anybody displaying your flag. You've been either APRC supporter, GDC supporter, NCP supporter. It is their fundamental, Gambian fundamental right to display their flag. That is the concept we have.
You think even if somebody turns up with the UDP or GDC flag at the meeting, they will be welcome?
Well, who will stop you? Who will drive you away?
Nah.
I have not seen that happen.
Okay.
I have seen people during our meeting, somebody passing, riding a bicycle with a UDP t-shirt. Nobody harassed you, nobody intimidated that person.
Interesting.
Of course.
And
you are Gambia.
He was coming to the meeting.
Of course. Passing through the meeting, listening. He is listening. He has the right to listen, either to go and condemn us during their meeting.
That's interesting.
But that is his right.
I acknowledge
that is the fundamental right that this president has. Okay. He wants Gambians to exercise their civic right.
Very good.
You being an opposition does not mean that you are not a Gambian. Okay. That's the concept he is trying to spread out there, so that Gambians understand this thing. And this too, he wants people to understand this is a constitutional mandate. That's why we were asked, as the special advisor on political matters and also the director of press and publication, what's the name? Ami Bojan Sisoko, to go and sensitize the Gambian people that this is a constitutional mandate. The president is going. He has projects. He has projects throughout the country that he wants to go and see for himself, like health centers that he has built, roads that he has contracted to people. He wants to see the state of those roads, the health centers, the bridges, and also the state of the agriculture. The farmers, what they are doing, and also the cattle. Cattle rears.
Yeah.
That's why he went throughout the country, and also this, as well as the civil servant and the security. He built police stations. He went through those. I think if you were following, you can see the police stations that he has upgraded.
Yeah.
You have seen schools that he has upgraded and he has built new.
I saw matching grants money has been presented.
Matching grants that agriculture, agriculture put in place with the farmers to encourage them. People who have been farming maize, people who have been farming couscous, people who have been farming, other stuff. They were encouraged.
They were
in collaboration with Giraffe.
Yeah.
In collaboration with the Giraffe projects. They were in agriculture ministry make sure that they are encouraged to make sure that they do more. They do farm more on those areas. So this is why he went.
I acknowledge that unlike the other tours, this time he hardly makes political attacks or statements, except perhaps on one courtesy call which we are now seeing online, that he was supposed to have said certain people did not vote for him. That one is a bit political, although that was a courtesy call, not made for a public at a public rally, but then that also caused concern. What happened there?
Well, that happened in Mansakonko, and that was not during a political rally.
Yeah, it was not.
Mansakonko, we were about to, the last day that we were supposed to come back, we were about to depart around 2 o'clock after Friday prayer to come back to Banjul. The elders of Kanikunda and Sankuya made a courtesy call on him that they want to meet him, they want to discuss with him, and he agreed. They said because for them with the president, they have been with the president for a long time, from 2016, even prior to 2016, they were with him, and something went wrong, something happened. They want to go and discuss that with the president as a family.
What was that?
They said they didn't support him, they didn't vote for him previously, but now they want definitely to
for him to understand.
Yeah, let bygone be bygone. They want to tell him that let bygone be bygones. Now they support him because it was a misunderstanding. And president said no problem. Me, I am not doing my project because of I will not be angry with you people because you didn't vote for me. There are many people today who are benefiting in my government. I know that they didn't vote for me. And whoever, any area that I am not voted for, I will know it through the poll, through the data.
Also, that's what brought about the Kiang.
That brought about the Kiang. He started telling them about the data, election data 2021. That he know about the data.
Yeah.
He know that. He is aware that they didn't vote for him.
It caused trouble when he mentioned tribe and not necessarily districts. The critics said if he had said, okay, the people of Kiang didn't vote for me from Kuringokoto to Jali or somewhere, but he said tribe. They said that's trouble. He shouldn't have said that.
I will tell you why. During a discussion, President have been hearing people saying that even a deputy party of a particular political leader, that is UDP, who went out and saying that Ali Mandinka as a person, might be this also this is circulated and it's going into people's brain that the president might think that is it that because and I am a Mandinka. He was telling them me being a Mandinka, Ousainou Darboe is a Mandinka. Ousainou is heading a party. I'm heading a party. If you are going to follow what people are saying, Mandinka ya Fasa, who is not? Am I not a Mandinka? This is what he said. This was a family discussion. So to tell them that listen, we are all the same, and let's forget about tribe. Let's forget about voting for a tribe.
On the contrary, his critics said he targeted a certain tribe, that he shouldn't, as president, he should have said, okay, you the people of LRR or you the people of Jara did not vote for me, stop at the district, but not mention tribe because it's been sensitive.
Why is it that, let me tell you, Mr. Cham, why is it that people are not saying, the president has went to Jimara and told people of Jimara, if you can remember.
Yeah, but
after the election, when one time, 2017, when the National Assembly voted an MP, GDC MP, he told them that we are all from Jimara here, and we have accepted each other. He said, one time I contested on the UDP here. I was defeated by Mama Kande, but I went and congratulated Mama Kande. We were working together. Let's look at the interest of Jimara. Yeah, but why is it that people didn't make that issue? But this one they will make it an issue.
Because he mentioned
he
Jimara.
Is trying to point out, he put out a point.
But he mentioned Jimara that are not tribe. So the issue is the advice they're saying is that probably it would be better if he avoids mentioning tribe. Just mention regions and not mention their tribe because it can be sensitive.
It's something. This was a response this was appropriate response, right? Appropriate response during a family discussion. Yeah, but that if somebody is telling you that, I mean, a deputy party leader is telling people that Mandinka ya Fasa, what would stop the president to come out and say, let's forget about tribe? Even if it is tribal, I am also a Mandinka like the tribe you are talking, the presidential candidate you're talking about.
He did say that.
That's what he said.
He did say.
He never said anything wrong with Mandinkas.
No, he
said I am a Mandinka.
Yeah, but he also said that.
And he said Darboe is from Bansang. Yeah. I'm from Mankunda. We are all far away from Sankuya and Kanikunda. But why is it that you choose Darboe than me? As we are all family, we are all one. This is the point he is trying to.
There's no trouble. The critics did not find any trouble with that. What they found trouble is I lost in all the Mandinka polling stations, Mandinka dominated villages and polling stations. In
LR, in that
Kiang,
in Kiang. Yeah. Yes. Is that not true?
Yeah, but that is where
the data.
Yeah, but
if there is anything
that
there,
might be correct. That might be correct.
What is stopping somebody to come and point out that wrong?
That is correct. That might be correct. But because he's been the president, the sensitivity of such comment is what the people said he could have avoided. As advisor, wouldn't you find it valid to say, Mr. President, when next you are referring to data, refer to regions and not tribes because of its sensitivity? You think that's not plausible for you to be able to do that?
Me, what I believe is honesty and putting the record straight. That I believe in that. If I am wrong in my record, Cham, I will come and tell you that I apologize. The record I put forward is wrong. Or if I wrong you, I will come and say, but if the president here, there is nothing the president would, I would tell the president, don't say that. Because he is putting the record straight. He has not offended a Mandinka, he has not offended a Fula, he has not offended a Jola. He is saying that I'm a Mandinka, and the person we were together in the same party is also a Mandinka. Now, and we are all from the provinces, far away from you people, but you choose to support him. That's what he's putting. And we are all family. Don't forget, that is not going to move us anywhere. We are all one. What would stop the president, a leader, tell his people he loves, the truth?
Maybe you said it was a family discussion.
But
the best thing
anybody can just can just tell anybody can just come and bring anything out of that statement. Even the president, I always say that. Even the president, when he said today, I eat a benachin, a nice benachin, people can come out from it. That, I mean, look at him. Is this and that? He's saying this because me, I eat bahal. President is mocking me. He's saying that he eat benachin because I'm eating bahal. People can make an issue. That is left to them. But the fact is, president has put a record straight that we are all one. We should forget about tribe. We should forget about we are all the same. That will not take us this country anywhere. Is that not correct? That is correct. And he put the record that this place in Jara, the certain polling state, Kia, didn't. I was defeated in those areas. Is that not correct?
Yeah, but the only sensitivity is he mentioned Mandinka. If he had said, I lost in Jali, I lost in Kolior, I lost in Jenyer, I lost in Masembe, I lost in Kayav, I lost in Keneba, I lost in Tankolar, maybe nobody would have any issue. But when you said Mandinka dominated villages and polling stations, people said, well, maybe the president should have avoided that because of it might be correct, and in fact it's true. But then, because of the sensitivity of tribes and he being the most important person, he probably should avoid that.
Listen. I mean, Mr. Cham, Gambians have to do away with this concept of, faking.
Tribe is taboo.
Beating about the bush.
Okay.
I would say
Right.
people should stop going with this. Concept of beating about the bush. Let's face the fact. Let's say the truth. You know, this president. One thing about him, he liked to be very honest. He is a straight shooter. How he feel about Saihou Mballow, when he sit with Saihou Mballow, he tells you right, and I like that. He will tell you, Saihou Mballow, you did this to me, or you did this thing during your work, and that is not right. Is that not, rather than beating about the bush, when you see Saihou Mballow, you clap, you laugh while you are not happy with him? He would have just kept quiet when these people came as family members it's not a rally. He was supposed to prepare to come back. He would have said, I'm not going to see them.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea for somebody to record and broadcast that, since it was a family.
Why
was it then broadcast?
Might be that's the, and if you look at the record, you will realize that it was not. It was not a public
state
media. It was not a public media, and it was not.
So somebody an individual just recorded
within the family,
and
within the family, somebody made a record of it, and then it came out.
That wasn't a good idea.
I can sit with you, Mr. Cham. This is Gambia. If I sit with you and we are alone, we can discuss a lot of. I can even tell you about how I live with my family. Like this and that. I have this thing. One day I was talking to my wife. We have. Can't I just say that?
But
if I am at a rally, would I say that?
No. But in that case, if it is the presidency, anywhere he is around and he's supposedly making a speech, utmost care should be taken as to what comes out. You know what I mean? He must have a media team that manages his interactions, and they must be sensitive to things that can bring controversy or necessary criticisms to him. Then they said, okay, this part of it can go out. Everywhere people do that. Even President Biden, I'm sure.
I know.
He must have people who say, well, you can't broadcast it. You can't.
This thing can go out.
Yes.
That's why we have protocols.
Yes.
That's why we have media personnel. That's why we have advisors in every government setting.
Yes.
Because they know what would trigger issues.
Yes.
So they would avoid.
So it's not a good idea.
But this one is an isolated incident, and we are learning from it. We make sure, this is a learning process. We all know during a family discussion, this thing has happened, and we will make sure that next time we avoid it.
The president brought good news.
This was not a rally, during a rally.
Okay, let's go to the good news. He brought good news to those people doing agri-entrepreneurs in the North Bank by giving them matching grants, millions of dollars also to women groups in the Badibus.
Yes.
That's good.
Not only Badibus, throughout the country.
Okay.
Throughout the country, it happened. Even at Phone yesterday, when we went to Kusama, also the presentation was made. So to the women and men of Phone farmers. Throughout the country, wherever we went, this presentation was made. Not only the agricultural sector, but also if you monitor what was happening, even the Women's Bureau, the Minister of Gender, also made some presentation for business entrepreneur women. They were giving some, they were giving some grants to promote their businesses. So the government is doing all that.
And he was impressed with the Kiang West. At least if he offended the Kiang on the election result, he made them happy by the road, the 83-kilometer road that he inspected. He was very happy with it.
He was very happy. The roads are going in Kiang. He has built road.
And I'm particularly impressed with the
and let me tell you, I will tell you
Kabada road that links.
And I will tell you that this, the people he met, one of their son is working with President Barrow very close in the office of the president.
Yeah, the Kiang people.
These people, from Kanikunda, people of Kanikunda and Samkuya. I'm telling you that their son. I don't need to mention.
Of course.
So he has no hatred for them.
Kiang,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
President Barrow is working with the sons of those people day and night at the State House and different ministries. So if he was somebody who is vindictive, he would have started witch hunting. That your village, your area, your district, you are against me, you are dead against me, you are here close to me. Move out.
It doesn't work. He's not a type. The only thing is the sensitivity about tribe. But apart from that, everything is okay. We just suggest the next time he's talking about polling stations where he might have not done well, he could have mentioned villages, communities, and not tribe, because that's sensitive. And him being the number one. Yeah, the roads in the Kiang, the Kabada. Did you have a chance to see the new Kabada road that's been built?
We went through that. We went through the Kabada road. It's excellent. The people of Kabada has never expected this thing. They are so excited. It's a dream come true. That they were isolated. It was very difficult for somebody to go into the Kabada.
I know that's why I'm particular, because I used to go to Kabada when I was young. It was difficult to go through. Either you start with Kayab, going to Njolfen, and then you go to Sibito, Buduk,
come out
Medina.
But now,
Angale. Now you're telling me you can join from Kayab. You can go
straight,
Njolfen, and then you go to Senoba as well.
Go up to Senoba.
Then another one from Toranka Bandan to Kolior.
They are so happy. The people of Kabada, not only people of Kabada. Let me tell you. Do you know that we went to a place where me, as a citizen, as somebody who was born in URR, has never gone to.
In Kiang or in Kabala?
In URR.
Oh, you went to a village in URR which you never...
Bolibana.
Oh, Bolibana had been very famous. It's the last village, isn't it?
Bolibana, even connection, they have Senegalese connection, communication.
Okay,
they were completely isolated. Electricity is electrified up to Bolibana, and now they have a school.
Most people think Koina is the last village, but it's Bolibana.
I said I was born in URR. I have never stepped my foot on Bolibana because of the isolation, because of the bad road. They were completely focused.
Now it's connected.
Now it's connected.
And I think there's a school there, is it?
The road is being modified.
I think there's a school there.
He built the school. He has upgraded the school. He upgraded the school. Many people have, and that's why that is the main reason why he went there and visited all these places to see.
Interesting. But then he did not bring good news as far as groundnut is concerned. The farmers were expecting that the 38,000 per ton would have been a little bit augmented, given the fact that civil servants are said to have got augmentation in their salary, 30%.
Let me tell you,
the farmers were expecting that he would give, even though we know the price even in the Gambia is even better than Senegal. There were suggestions that they might go to Senegal to sell there, but Senegal announced the price, which we must admit is a little bit below the Gambian price.
For the groundnuts,
yeah. So why didn't the president?
For the groundnuts this year, even it is unfortunate that the groundnuts didn't come out.
Or you mean the bumper harvest people thought will not happen?
They complained. He went and visited, himself. These groundnut farms, and they are having trouble because of the rain. The pattern was very bad. It started raining, and there was an interruption.
Yes,
within almost a month.
Yeah,
and it has affected the groundnuts. So they are.
So you don't expect?
No, that's what they are saying. For coos, it's okay. They told the president we are okay with coos and rice and all other things. Maize, we are fine. But then groundnut is a failure on our side. We need help. That's what they said.
But that's the more,
and in fact, myself, we inspected the groundnuts. You can see that they are compressed. The granules are compressed.
But that's more reason he should give them a better price than 38,000.
Now what he is trying to do is to see how they can be they be supported. Because already we are not going to have a bumper harvest. It's a fair. Why should you put even a heavy price? Why there is nothing almost?
At least a little
There is
available.
nothing.
You could buy that at a good price for them.
Why not you see how you can subsidize
Okay.
what has failed? I think it's,
Yes,
better.
already government is subsidizing a lot in terms of that, because they give them fertilizer.
Give them fertilizer, give them other things. Now that they have come out and told the president that unfortunately because of the rain pattern, we have failed. Our granules have failed us. So now we need your help. That's what they said.
So overall, it's been very successful so far. You are not coming.
Very successful rice. You seen Hamid Jah farm that he has been promised, rice farm.
Yes.
I think you saw that.
But I also saw trouble in the Nyangis. Some of the farmers are complaining that they've been inundated with water.
And you are also
water inundated the farms, and I don't know, from the river Gambia or from the.
It's because of the rain.
Yes.
There was flood, and it affected some rice farms in URR, Nyamina, and some areas. Also, those also called on the president. And they asked him to give a support.
Okay, we'll come back to the tour. First, Mr. Mboowe and Marr, you've been listening to the Honorable Saihou Mballow on the tour. What are your key things you pick from him? You agree with him that it definitely was a tour that they have completely divorced from politics as it used to be?
No, not necessarily. I don't think there is that can be separated. The two intertwine, definitely. Because,
but he's right. The president hardly make any political comments on the political rallies, except this gaffe at Kiang.
Well, obviously that says it all. Because I mean, if that was Jammeh who said that, it would have been,
Jammeh said similar things.
But he was castigated.
He was humiliated.
He was castigated. And Mr. Mbalow himself was among the people who were castigating Jammeh. And now he's the president advisor. That's why I was laughing when you were saying, well, you are the advisor to the president. Why didn't you advise him? I was surprised. I said, wow, is this Mr. Mbalow? Or it must be a ghost or something. But anyway, I let you off. Don't worry. Let's brush it under the carpet. Let's move on. These are the political.
They said I was not sparing anything.
No, don't worry. You are with Mr. Mboowe. You are safe. Never mind. Don't worry. I'll spare you on that.
Yes.
Honestly, Midday People's Store, that's constitutional.
Yeah.
And the reason why it was is because there was no connection between the urban and the rural area during the First Republic. It was totally disconnected. There was no TV, there was no radio. Even Radio Gambia was at it stops at Bonto. If you leave Bonto, you can't catch Radio Gambia. Only Radio Seed, and that was a private radio. You understand? So there was a need for the president to touch base with the people of the rural area. Really, there was a need. Now, well, the need is really not there. The need is really not there, but you've been given the National Assembly has been commissioning 50 million for the president to go and yes, why not go and touch base with our people, go and find out what is going wrong, and fix them, because that's why he is the president. He is not the president for Mankamankunda. He is the president for only the NPP people. He is the president of the whole entire country. So wherever there is problem, he is supposed to go there and fix it. If he cannot fix the problems, he is not fit to be a president. That's the bottom line. It's that simple. So him doing that, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And all these roads that he is doing, there were roads before. He just extend them like a government. It's just.
He's claiming to have done more road than Jawara and Jammeh combined.
Listen, he can even say it. He can say that, and I can applaud that, because there are more wrong things that he did than President Jammeh and Jawara. I can applaud.
Can anybody do anything wrong bigger than Jammeh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Many people disagree.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Really?
Our state house. The security at the state house is not Gambian. They are not Gambians.
Now.
Even before, from 2017.
Yeah, but what is that a crime? Bigger than what
What do you mean? You're the number one house in this country.
Yeah.
The secret of this country is been secured by a foreign service. Where does that exist?
It can. Yeah, good that Jamie brought it about.
No, my brother. Even in Darfur, even in Darfur, the peacekeepers are not, guarding the president. They are not at the state house.
No, they're protecting the population.
Brother, they are the population, but not the state house. But not the state house. We're having a military base in our own country here, foreign military base in our country. It doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, because
apart from what do you mean, Jame? What have Jame done?
Because he refused to go.
What do you mean refused to go? There was two results in an election.
Okay, that's an old story.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's go ahead.
That one, let's put it aside.
Let's put it aside. Thank you. Because there are genuine reasons. There are genuine reasons. So if I say that he did things that his predecessor didn't do, you agree to me.
Okay, in your perspective, yes.
Yes, our rivers, our ozone as well, our seas, it's been, we gave license to the EU to empty our rivers.
Foreign fishing trawlers.
Thank you. That never happened before. Jame used to sell EU fish. We made our foreign exchange and put it in the central bank to have a reserve. The oil marketing companies will never have problems.
Somebody can walk to that central bank and pick that money.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. But the oil marketing companies never had problems. The businesses, they never had problems to have foreign exchange to order their goods. But right now we're having that. We don't have no reserve. Look at our Dalasi, the state of the Dalasi. Because there is no foreign exchange in the central bank to peg it against the Dalasi. We don't have any natural or mineral resources that we can peg for our money. The Dalasi, look at how much is the pound now to a Dalasi? It's totally different from whatever it was. No, let's not do a comparison, because we can spend January to December. The show is not enough. We will sit down here from January to December to make comparisons between the two. So now we are saying, going around, giving the National Assembly approving $50 million for you to go round to the country, that's mandatory. Go out there and talk to people.
But you don't think that money is too big? Because it's currently starting, in the new budget proposal is 50 million. People have already said that's too much.
But, well, still. But then there are certain more things to sort out there.
He was not meant to give that money. He was supposed to spend on the toll.
Well, obviously, so that's again the NPP. They can do whatever is it that they like, and they go and get away with it. No problem.
You were recently quoted in the media to have suggested. Listen to this carefully, Mr. Mbalow, because he said he wanted. There should be a coalition between the APRC, the UDP, the GDC, and all others against the NPP. I found that weird because because what I find difficult to understand is how the UDP will accommodate the APRC, whatever faction it is. Well, in fact, in the broader society, most UDP people consider the Babili Mansa one as the APRC and not the Fabakari-led one.
Who is talking about Fabakari? Is with NPP. So nobody is talking about Fabakari.
So the APRC you are talking about is the Babili Mansa.
Of course, that's why I always.
Why do you think that's possible?
Well, after the 2021 presidential election, Honorable Yaya Tamba, Mama Kande, and Esam Baifal, they all converged at Ousainou Darboe's house to file for a petition.
Well, of course, some of them pull out.
They pull out.
No, but we converged there. Yeah. You are talking about the after. I'm talking about the. No, just hear me out.
It was only the UDP that was left with that.
No. GDC and APRC were still there. They gave Ousainou Darboe the mandate for him to do the petition. It was only SFL that backed out. Afterwards, haven't you seen SFL at Ousainou Darboe's house?
Yes, he was.
Well, this is what I'm saying. That we converge there. So if that can happen after an election, obviously it can happen before an election. What's the point in going there after an election to sign to whatever to do with a petition when you can do it prior to election? Because this sitting government is on coalition.
Well, Mr. Mballow will not agree to that.
If Mr. Mballow can say whatever he likes, but I'm not going to take that.
But Barrow contested as an individual.
No, Lamin.
As an NPP.
No, NPP, they are in alliance with APRC, they are in alliance with NRP, they are in alliance with PPP.
But they don't call it coalition. They said NPP candidate. When they are
it's an NPP-led government.
No, but this is exactly what I'm saying.
We are not stopping
this is
anybody
our problem.
from coming to join us. Citizen Alliance, APRC, NRP. We are not stopping anybody. That happened throughout the
Thank
country.
you. So if the ruling party
of democratization,
let's listen to
it is always correct to
Bala,
allow.
hear me out. Bala, hear me out. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to blow my own horn.
I want to know.
Lamin, can you just hear me out, please?
Yeah, of your coalition. How plausible is it?
No, it's not impossible. If we can go to Usain Dabo's house, a day after the elections, we can still go to Usain Dabo's house for the same reason, to have a coalition. A positive coalition. That can be done. No, the format will be done there. That will not be disclosed here because I haven't sat down with Usain Dabo or any one of them to talk about whatever. And even if we did, I will not sit down here and disclose it. But what I'm saying is the government is in coalition. It's NPP led. A government that is in coalition. How do you expect one single party to unseat that government? It's not possible. Common sense, even there is.
I see the sense of your argument. You are trying to say now.
Lamin, there is nobody, and no sane person will disagree with what I'm saying.
Without a coalition, it would be difficult to dislodge the NPP.
No, it will be impossible.
Okay.
It will be impossible because we even tried it in 2021. It didn't materialize. UDP contested on their own. Maisa Baifal on his own. PDIS, APRC and Mama Kande. Where did they end up? To petition. Before we go to a petition, why can't we sit down and put our heads together? If at all we are thinking about the Gambia, we are not talking about personal interest here. If we are talking about the Gambia, we can sit down and say, listen, guys, come, let's put our heads together. Let's put Gambia first. Because there was coalition 2016 that uprooted Jame.
You see, that's where the argument is. Many people thought that all these opposition parties, when it comes to really tackling the issues, they always leave this to the UDP. The UDP always said, you see, we are the only opposition who fights, because at the end of it, everybody will leave the fight with the UDP alone. So that is where the argument is.
No. You are now supporting my point, because I'm saying before we go to UDP to fight, let's now do it and do it the right way so that we can win before fighting. Okay. We don't want to fight. We don't want to go. We don't want to tender another petition. We want to win fair and square. We need a seat.
And do you think there is any prospect?
I don't think I know.
No, the prospect of winning if that
I don't think. That's what I'm saying.
If that coalition,
I don't think, Lamin. I know. That's the winning formula.
Wow.
That's the only winning formula. That is the only winning formula. I don't care whether he's scared or not. I have no problem with him. Okay. He's a gentleman.
We will come
just like Mr. Barrow. But I'm telling you, that is the only formula that can unseat Barrow.
Okay.
No single party will unseat Barrow here in this country. No single party will be able to do it. UDP or any other party.
Yeah, they must come together.
We have to. That's a have to situation, because the ruling party, the NPP, is a coalition. It's a coalition. It's already in coalition. How can you not do that?
Well, you see, when you say the coalition, to some extent, you see the NPP is so dominant in that coalition that you look at the rest of the people. You talk at the PPP, the NRP, the CA or whatever is left of CA, the PDP and all others. The NCP, the NPP is so dominant in that place that you hardly notice that there's a coalition.
Well, then why did NPP need them though?
Well, at the time the NPP, then Charlton. Maybe then Charlton more than you in the...
Maybe.
Anybody who flies around, then they said, bring him. Mr. Mr. Marr has been Charlton.
Can I just...
No, we have to come to Marr.
We allow Marr.
Yes, we have to come to Marr. Marr has taken...
It's good that we have a human rights activist here. So if we are comparing what is happening today and yesterday, I think Marr is very important for him. Because if I say something, they will say, because he was exiled, he was beaten, he was arrested. You see now, and we are forgotten about that.
Exactly.
But now we have the human rights who are here, who are monitoring, and they have seen what happened in the past and today.
Mr. Mbalow, are you threatened with our coalition coming? Are you threatened? Please don't be threatened. You know, Mbalow wants you. You got to do decently.
I know Mr. Mbalow wants you to push to address one point. Whose crime is bigger? Jammeh and Jawara combined or Barrow?
Can you touch on that a little bit?
Honestly, Barrow is bigger. Barrow is bigger. Trust me, Barrow is bigger. Mountain.
Look at the president's tour, the Meet the People's tour, as Mr. Mbalow reflected on it, and then the possibility of a coalition, a grand coalition against the NPP alliance.
First, I just wanted to say hello to Mr.
Mboowe.
Mboowe, yes. Thank you very much.
Hi. Mbalow.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here once again. So, first off, I don't pray for us to have a government like the APRC, Jammeh government.
Listen.
As a human rights activist,
Mr. Mbalow, you probably
have to clap for it.
Listen,
Be
because
honest.
you might have prematurely clapped. You don't know what is over sleep. Forget.
No, I mean, let him criticize whatever he wants
Okay,
to
let's go.
criticize.
Let's go.
But that one is enough.
Okay, let's go.
I think every Gambian don't want to win.
No.
No. You have to listen.
That's wrong. You can't say that. Every Gambian. No, you speak for yourself. Because I have no problem with you saying.
Let's listen to him. That's why I said
Some Gambians. If you say some Gambian, I'm sitting next to him.
listen now.
Allow him.
No,
He's a human rights activist. Allow him to analyze what he has observed.
You two should not prematurely disagree with him, but let's listen to what he has to say. Okay.
I didn't even finish my sentence. I was saying, I don't think any Gambian wish to have a government like that of Jammeh's government, where people are tortured, killed, and disappeared. No,
let's go ahead.
Human being who want to see that happening. In regards to the Meet the People store and the statement that the president made, I personally have a problem with the Meet the People store, section 222, subsection 5 or 15, if I can remember, makes it a constitutional mandate, which I agree, right? And law should not be seen to be non-existent. That's what the law says, but there is always a rationale behind the intent of the drafters regarding what that law should achieve in terms of implementation. To go to the people and understand what their conditions are, at the same time also to familiarize yourself with the effects of your government policy on the people. That was the intent of the legislature, which is a very good intent. Now, in the course of the implementation, that's where it got wrong, both in the Jammeh regime and then also in the NPP regime.
Okay.
I cannot talk about the Jawar regime. I was in,
Well, it's more or less the same when it comes to politics.
yeah.
That was even worse.
It wasn't bad.
I was actually not born. Yeah.
So see what this is why you're gonna have problem, because you're gonna make
No, I am making comparison.
sometimes you have to do some research.
No.
I did. Well, okay.
Unfortunate that there was no enough newspapers
data
or
at the time.
televisions or anything for you to have all the data to equip yourself. You need
Okay,
to do
let's
that.
listen to go. Let's
Please allow me to finish
I'll
my
give you
statement.
some
I
more.
said the Jammeh regime and the NPP regime, and Lamin said the Jawar. I said I did not witness it. I cannot talk about something that I did not witness. Right? That will be speculating and saying things that do not actually happen or that are incorrect. So what I have, these are the evidences, right? And I personally did a paper on this Meet the People store, right? And I wrote a paper on it, right? And it's available on our website, GambiaParticipate.com. Just look at our publication, you will see a document on Meet the People store, where we document all the political statements that we have made, especially in 2021 during the Meet the People store, right? So it became political in a sense. If you look at the timing of the Meet the People store in 2021, it happened 1 month before the opening of the official political campaign. Gave the incumbent an undeserved advantage over the oppositions, and it was state funded. If you look at the 2017 parliamentary election, it was the same thing. 2022, actually it gets through the campaign period of parliament as well. The Meet the People store was going. The President Barrow was advocating for or campaigning for his parliamentary candidate,
Yes.
right? While others were also having it, so that it overshadowed the other political parties. So this is the reason why we've been advocating for a campaign financing regulation, because you cannot use the Meet the People store and then be advocating for your candidate.
You will not use the Meet the People store, which is publicly funded, as a back way of financing the ruling party's campaign.
Pretty much, it's not what the intention of the drafters are in the Constitution, Section 222. So if they spend the 2024 approved budget and the 2025 approved budget, we will have been spending, or we will have spent $241 million from 2020 to date, only on the Meet the People store. Now, 241 million 968,000.
Wow.
That is what we will have spent on the Meet the People store alone. Now you look at this figure and compare it to the results it has bring back, right? And what I have been saying, what I have been advocating, this is a way that we could metamorphose. In a way, we get our permanent secretaries, our budget drafters, to meet the people, right? Hear what their concerns are, draft it, use that draft, take it to cabinet. Now cabinet will look at all the inputs that the citizens, through this Meet the People store, through the permanent secretaries, right? When they prioritize everything and put it in a report, they take it to the president. These are the concerns of the people of Kiang, Jara, and Mankamokunda, Badibu. These are their priorities, right? You, from a constituency level, you go all the way down, all the way up to regional level. Right? Once you prepare that, now the government will look at what they have in their resource envelope. They cannot address all of those ambitious priorities or ambitious problems that have been brought before them. They look at what is available, use that resources that is available, address it in the subsequent budget. That will have been a strategic way of addressing people's concerns through this strategic Meet the People store.
That would be more realistic.
That would be more realistic than what we are seeing right now. Going out, clapping, dancing, chebujen being cooked and everything. I think it's to some degree, you know, it's not that effective as the citizens will want it to be. You understand? Yes, the communities will identify someone else who can talk on behalf of them and tell them. And I appreciate the fact that now government has realized that, and they're saying this must not be a political platform. They did that this year, and
this time is
yes,
definitely very impressive.
Which is good, right? Before you go, tell the people that, like you have done, this is not a political platform. We are here to listen to what your issues are and how our policies have an impact on you in the agricultural sector, in the health sector, education sector, and then you name it. You understand? So I appreciate that they have done this year, right? And I pray and hope that in the subsequent years they will be doing that, as far as this is the case. And in fact, if you look at the 2020 draft constitution and 2024 draft constitution, this idea of the Meet the People store was scrapped.
Yes, it was recommended to be scrapped. Yeah.
It is a way of us, you know, trying to avoid incumbency advantage. It's not only about President Barrow. President Barrow is here, tomorrow he might not be here.
Use it, may use it, and
Barrow use it. Anyone that comes in, right? I'm sure if Mr. Mballow or President Barrow cease to be in the government in the near future, and they see Mr. Mboowe now being in government, doing the same as they used to do before, or in fact do it worse than another player, doing, or anybody else, I'm just using a hypothetical here, or anybody else, right? Worse than they used to do it before. They say, oh, we were doing it this way, but not as bad as you were doing it, and we don't want this to happen. So for me, I think you know, there is a better way of addressing these issues. The president, at his will, through funds that have been allocated to him, can use that money and then go to the communities and then see what is happening there, without the usual Meet the People store fashion.
I see. Okay, Mr. Mbalow, let's continue with you on
Yes.
on the tour, or you pick up some points that.
Yeah, I pick up some points.
Yeah,
What Mr. Marr is saying. I think it is a good idea for the president to go and see for himself, and I'm also happy that he has commended the way the tour is conducted
This year particularly.
because before, like I said earlier on, before we depart for this tour, we went around the television stations to sensitize the Gambian, and we told them the method of the tour, method how the tour would be conducted. I say when we go into a district or region, first at any location where a meeting would be held, we would allow the imam of that village to come and recite the Quran, and then the alcalde would welcome the president and the delegates. These are leaders, community leaders. You understand? And then a chief of that area. Remember, there are sometimes in certain areas there are 2 districts, 3 districts, 4 districts combined for these meetings.
You hold joint.
We ask them to talk to each other with their governors and select one chief to come and also talk to the make a speech about what their concerns are, what their problems are, either security or whatever. This is how we conducted this thing. But also, we ask them to nominate an opinion leader to come out. That opinion leader could be anybody. They can either, if they want to select a disabled, it's fine. If they want to select a lady, it's fine.
Only that they cannot select a member of the opposition.
We have. But this is what we told them. We never told them opposition, not opposition, or this. We never categorized it. We said opinion leader, and we also told them that a youth leader in that community, they select a youth leader, and also women councillors who are elected. The women councillors they are elected.
Well, there have been allegations that some of them are from the most of them have been selected from the ruling party.
Lamington, you cannot, every district, every region, it is your choice to either be selected at APRC. We don't have power to stop them. If they want, they select UDP. If they want, they select NPP. This is their democratic right. This is the power that we are empowering the Gambians. We want them to make sure this is theirs. Let them make their choice. If they feel that what MPP is doing for them is enough and they are satisfied, why not vote for the MPP? But if they feel that what MPP is giving to them, the infrastructural aspect is not enough, why not they choose any party that they feel, if that party comes in, would do better for them. We are not intimidating, we are not harassing any Gambian. You have not seen that. You cannot mention anywhere where we are doing that. We want to make sure, we want to promote. President Barrow is here to democratization of the Gambian politics. We want to make sure that genuine politics exists in this country, even whereas he lives, so that nobody will come and tamper with that. This is our concept. Myself also, that's my concept, that I don't pray to God, the younger generation, what I suffered, for them to come and suffer in their own country here, to run away, or their parents die, you cannot even enter your country. I don't pray to that. I am very honest. That's why we are trying to put in a mechanism in place where Gambian would be happy, would be proud that this is our country, and they would have the ability to change their leadership. This is what the president is doing. That's why we frame it this way. What Mr. Marr is saying here, for permanent secretaries, an elected government, an elected president, who is elected, what would stop him from going and seeing for himself what the projects?
You can delegate.
He has delegated.
I didn't say the president cannot do that. That's the reason why at the end of my statement I said the president, through the budget that is allocated to him, at his will, can go to any community within the country and see what is happening.
Okay.
That I made mention. What I'm saying is, it should not be done in the fashion in which
it is
the people
like mobilize the whole government machinery to go to
and also through mobilizing those resources, there are certain directors whose cars are taken away from them, right? And those cars are used for the middle people, so, and also you render them ineffective during this period. So that's not what I'm advocating for. The president can go to any settlement within this country at his will, because that is his responsibility to do so, right? What I'm saying is this is not the fashion.
method,
I think that's what we should graduate, and I'm glad that even the draft constitution that the president brought in, they removed the Meet the People store from it.
Oh, it's not there.
I
2024, I'm not sure about that.
The 2020 is not there, and I think the 2024 is also not there.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's not. I need to check. I need to double check on
I
that.
know in 2021 recommended for it to be scrapped.
Yeah.
Like you said, the viewpoints are that it might be used as a backdoor finance for ruling parties. You know, public financing through the backdoor for the ruling parties, as it used to be on the Jawara, on the Jammeh, and now many people believe under the NPP.
Okay, now also let me come into. Let me just come and. With Mr. Mboowe, what he's saying that it is not bad for the opposition to form coalition. For us, we are not against it. MPP is not against it. President Adam Barrow is not against it.
You don't fear it.
We know what the president is delivering right now. The peace, tranquility, genuine democracy has qualified him to defeat any coalition that would emerge. I can say that here comfortably. I know that. We tried. Let me tell you, we tried. I was an opposition. You know how many coalitions? We formed NAT. NAT, we were the people sponsoring NAT in 2005. We were in the diaspora. We took all the opposition leaders. We ferried them to New York. We took them to Atlanta. We did a lot of things, but it failed. But simply because that time, actually Gambians were yearning for a change, but then the environment was not there. This one, the environment is not there, but then the facility that the president has created, the genuine democracy that he has created would disqualify any coalition that would emerge against him. This is what happened now. So what he is saying, let him feel that, let him know that we are happy that they talk to anybody, and the people, APRC, people whom we are with, they are happy, they feel that they are happy to work with us, and they will continue to work with us. I know about that.
But Mr. Mboowe said those are not APRC, they are individuals.
They are APRC. Somebody who has worked, you want to tell me that far back at Tombon Jata, who has held a senior position in APRC is not APRC. He's more APRC. Mboowe is not more APRC. He's not more APRC.
But don't you appreciate?
Members of National Assembly, who were members of the National Assembly. During the APRC, they are with us. Do Mr. Mboowe want to tell me that he's more of an APRC than those people?
Do you appreciate the fact that when they split, the two sides?
Which sides?
The APRC, when they split in the two.
Yes.
You know they split in the two.
I know that, yes.
But when they actually split,
yes, it
is the other side that actually seem to have made more electoral gains and seem to really demonstrate that they have more APRC supporters than Fabakari.
Not APRC. I will tell you. I don't want to dwell on that.
It is in the parliament.
What I'm telling you, I don't want to dwell. I know what is the reason. I know the reason. I don't want to say it because we are all one. For us, we respect APRC. We like them, and we want this country to reconcile. But we know why that the non-alliance we are able to pull that in the Fonyi region.
All 5 seats.
With the all Fonyi, we know, but I'm not going to say it. But I know the reason.
Is it not simply that they are more popular?
Not because of they are popular.
How do they win then?
I will not say it, because if I say it, then I don't want to open wounds.
Okay.
No, Mr. Mballow, I'm glad that I'm glad that he is really terrified. No, don't worry. Calm down. This is just like the warming up. It's just the warming up. We're going to have a decent politics in 2026, inshallah. I'm glad that you guys are in that league, sort of, because you are very confident in your deliberations in the country. Alhamdulillah, that's what you are paid to do. That's why you are there, as a ruling party. You are there to sort the problem of this country. You understand what I'm saying? You are there to sort out our security, to make sure that we are safe. You are there to make sure that anybody who is ill and go to the hospital, they will have a medication. You are there to make sure that education. We got our kids, they got free education like it was before. You are there to make sure that at least we have good road networks. That can ferry us from one place to the other, so that we can do our commerce. From one region to the next. That is your pride. TOR. That's your responsibility. So it's not like, you know, you're bragging or, you know, you have to clap for yourself. You are doing what you're supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? If you didn't do that, then, you know, then it means that you are incapable. So the fact that, you know, you are continuing from what you found there, because there is nothing new that you created. It's just an extension. Government is just an extension. You know, you understand what I'm saying? One will finish and the other one will continue. Unless if you want to scrap the whole country, put all the buildings down and everything, all the roads, scrape them and start afresh.
But they built roads where they never existed.
Huh?
They built roads where they never existed.
But there were connections that took them to there. Where did the new roads, where did they connect to? They connect to a road.
Yeah,
exactly. But there is a road that leads to it. So this is the
roads and paths. Those were paths where bicycles and donkey carts.
This is what government is supposed to do.
The Kamada, for example.
Not only Kamada, and others.
Government is a continuation.
If
Jammeh was here, if APRC government was still here, that road would have been done. Of course. We started it. We started it.
Yes.
We found no road here in Gambia.
Of course.
The Trans-Gambia road, what was the Trans-Gambia road like?
You found it.
There was no coastal road, the one you are having here.
That's right, that's true.
Well, exactly.
Combo
so it's a
coastal
continuation. It's a continuation, my brother.
Okay.
And obviously, if we don't do that, then it means that, you know, we are incapable. Now, the government doing that right now, they are doing that TOR. It's not like, you know, they are doing us a favor. They're not. It's not from their pockets.
Let's go. No, we
are not talking. I'm just making mention of it.
Let's go.
That's why we're clapping for you. You understand? You can even say that, you can brag about it, and, you know, we will accept it, because that is what government is supposed to do, to take care of the people. You know, hospitals, you know, the Ndeman clinics. You know, please.
Okay, let's now finally we talk about the budget. Marr, you have been following the budget. The government intends to spend $52,900,000,000, and we have been going through the allocations. So you must have taken a mental note here and there of allocations, salary increment 30% for civil servants. Now we know that ministers and others are not included. It's merely especially for civil servants. We heard about that. Mr. Mboowe, okay, Marr, yes, you deal with it. What has been your key observations on the budget?
So, I mean, they're expecting to raise 52.9 billion.
Yes.
For revenue, the same as that of the expenditure. So the reality is whether the government is able to meet that 52.9 billion revenue. I'm not sure they were able to do that. They could spend close to. In fact, they might not be able to spend that 52.9 billion, because most of those estimates that they are putting out there, some of those funds are actually dependent on whether the donors are going to bring in those funds or not. They have about 37.5 billion that they are almost guaranteed that they will have.
That is from monies generated locally.
Yes, and from that 37.5 billion, they're going to be spending 11 billion into debt financing.
So that's left us with
28, around 26.
That's going to be spent on things that you think are realistically achievable.
4.5 billion of those is going to go into development, capital expenditure. So, you know, most of the developmental, initiatives, majority of them are actually back into the donor funds, grants, and loans. For example, agriculture have about 900 million budget that has been estimated for 2025. That is from our own money, right? Now, if you bring in other funds that they are expecting, they went to about $1 billion. So about $5.1 billion is dependent on donor funds.
Wow.
Right. So that's how budget works. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources. Unfortunately, we don't. Right. If you have 37.5 billion, for example, that's what you're going to be receiving without donor funds. You're putting 11 billion to finance your debt. You cannot put up to 5 or 3 billion to any ministry. It cannot. It will literally affect all the other government instruments and institutions, because they will be underfunded. I'm glad about one thing in the budget, which is the domestic revenue collection that the GRA have improved on. Right, they've tried to close leakages of revenues, digitalize the revenues, in which this is part of it.
Yeah,
right. To take a stock of every single product that is being imported, so that they could tax them. So you could see our revenue flow, right? In this, especially tax revenue, is actually increasing.
And they are not increasing; they are just expanding the tax base.
They are not increasing the taxes.
Yes,
they are not.
They're just expanding catchment areas.
The leakages, areas where they were supposed to collect taxes and those taxes are not being realized.
Yes.
Those are those that they are closing to make sure that they get to receive those taxes. So, which I am pretty much impressed with, because I have been advocating for increasing domestic revenues. Right. If not, we're going to get into economic depression, if I can put it that way, and it's not good for any economy. Now,
apart from taxes, what else can we get from domestically from?
Yeah,
what about our minerals? Doesn't there exist a mineral extraction?
I mean, our river, the River Gambia, is well endowed, right? That could be used for different purposes. Fish farming. You could do that, and then you could also do river transportation, which the ferry is not doing well about, and then you could also do river tourism, right? These are all areas in order to attract domestic revenue, and then within those river banks, you could also have ecologists, right, to encourage tourism and also local tourism. Yeah, local tourism within the settlements. At the end of the day, what's happened? You have what we call circular economy. Instead of our Gambians going to FAD, and then as well, I was saying this in another TV. The Minister of Tourism should in fact make the crimes that Jammeh have committed as a historic way of creating a museum and attracting people to that museum, and then understand what the country have gone through, just like what Uganda did with Idi Amin. Right, and other countries. It's a tourism opportunity. At the same time, it is also increasing revenue for the country. Now, the other thing that could be done to increase revenue is to open up, right, the space and create the infrastructure to attract investors into the country. Senegal, to some degree, have succeeded in that. You go to Dakar, they've digitalized the addressing system, which the Google Plus code seeks to address in the country, which I think could still be improved on. And then also they've created the infrastructure to invite investors, attract investors. Most of the embassies based strategic decision anywhere based in Senegal, corporations based in Senegal. I've even seen, right, car manufacturing companies opening up branches in Senegal, and they have it in Nigeria, they have it in Ghana, they have it in Rwanda. So we don't have that. We need to have the government creating those environments, invest a lot of money. At the same time, you'll be receiving the return in investment, right? And I was also suggesting that we need to have more recreational facilities. Not only the central government doing that, the local government, especially the Brikama Area Council and the KMC, right? And then also other area councils within the regions. They should be able to mobilize money, create parks, recreational facilities in order to attract revenue collection. Today, for example, you always walk around the beach. There's nothing fun around the beach during Sundays, or when you have thousands of people getting there to play and have fun, except you either you're in a restaurant, or you were swimming, or you were on the sand doing exercise. In other countries, what they have done is they created recreational facilities where you pay, have fun, and then that money gets into the government or any local council. So that is one way of us increasing. There's multiple ways. I keep saying this because this has been my areas of advocacy. But there are just so many other ways that we could innovate and increase domestic resource mobilization. Now, what I have problem with in the expenditure that is being proposed is how certain monies, are proposed to be expended. Right? You look at I talk about the Meet the People store, 50 million vehicle expenditure out of the 800, 1.26 billion actually is going to go to meet the vehicles. If you look at how much.
The minister's been explaining that part of this money is already covered by what they have bought the OIC vehicles, are not necessarily new money to be built.
No, I understand that. It's 436 million that is going back to the repayment of the OIC loans, right? OIC pre-finance cars, right? The other half of it is going into the purchase of new cars, right? And then also, we should not only look at those purchase of vehicles. We must also look at the maintenance of the vehicles. If you calculate everything for this particular fiscal year, 2025, they will spend $1.26 billion on vehicles. That's what I'm saying, fuel and maintenance.
That's what it's saying.
Fuel and lubricants.
400 million to pay for the OIC vehicles, 300 million for new vehicles, and you are talking about maintenance.
Exactly.
And fuel.
Fuel and lubricants, and then also maintenance.
And fuel is different.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's going to be 1.26 billion. I think this is a lot of money. I did a calculation on it, and if you look at the expenditure on vehicles alone, it will be about if they spend 2024 and 2025, it will be about $1.8 billion.
That's nearly 2 billion.
Nearly $2 billion between 2020 and 2025.
What can be done to save money on that front? The vehicle policy that was talked about?
I think the vehicle policy is a good idea to stop it. Whether they're taking stringent measures to
does it seem to be popular with even civil servants?
Well, it will not be, because it's not. And then if you look at the caliber of cars that we purchase.
Yeah, that's another thing. They are too expensive.
They are too expensive to also maintain. Maintenance cost has actually increased in 2025 because we have more vehicles, and most of these vehicles, their spare parts are very expensive. And as a result, you will see the surge in the increment of the budget of maintenance. And also, fuel consumption, they are not eco-friendly. The world is now transitioning to eco-friendly cars to reduce expenditure on fuel. And if there is a fuel shortage, just like what we have experienced 2 years ago, right, the government vehicle will still be moving around because they are eco-friendly. So we should be, and those ones are way cheaper than the ones that we have. So I think we need to change our approach in procuring vehicles, right? And then if you procure vehicles and give it to a minister or any civil servant, right, there should be a regulation whereby certain misconduct that cause harm to the vehicle is not going to be on the government.
Which is difficult.
Right, which is not going to be on the government, because people take good care of their properties more than they would take care of a collective property.
Public property.
So that should be one of the conditions. And then also the other condition will be, if you are given a car, I'm not going to change that car anytime soon, maybe in the next 4 or 5 years. But what I see in the budget, for example, is every now and then the recurrent expenditure on vehicles keep happening, and the same thing happens with the furniture and fittings.
Yes, furniture, yeah.
For me, it wouldn't make sense to buy this chair and table, and I'm using it in the 2023 budget, and 2024 the same entity, and I'm seeing you doing furniture and fittings closer to what you have budgeted the last year.
You don't need to change furniture
these assets could last a couple of years.
And it's not reflecting in the performance.
Right, these assets could last for a very long time. And then also, one thing that is also not popular is to downsize the workload or the staff of the public service. There are certain people that are just a duplication. They're doing a duplication of the work of other people that are doing.
I think they've done a survey and they discovered
PMO did that.
3,000 people are in fact ghost workers.
PMO did that, and I think PMO have been,
and they're now doing this attendance sheet, digital attendance,
which is good. And I think one institution,
and they link it to the payroll. So if you don't show up, you don't get paid.
I had one at Observer.
Yeah, one institution with all of their challenges that is not being lauded, or is the personal management office, now the Ministry of Public Service. They've done wonderful job in coming up with recommendations as to how the public service should be administered. At the same time, how Gambians can receive a minimum wage. With all of this percentage increment that government is doing, PMO since 2021 did an analysis and they gave a good recommendation to the government as to how they can work on having a minimum wage for every Gambian.
What about the 30%?
That's what I'm saying. Before that 30% was actually improved, was introduced in 2022. PMO have already done a research.
Yeah, but the minister came. You missed that point. He told Parliament that they actually wanted that salary, new salary structure, but when they found that the cost implication is too much, then they had to resort to these ones. But he said, if figures improve, and according to him at the time figures are improving, then they will bring back that cumulative how to call it increment for everybody.
I think that could be one genuine reason that you can give it to him, right? We spend about $6 billion on personal emoluments, right? And from the figures that and yesterday as well, the minister was saying it. Anything that goes into personal emoluments, salaries, and everything, donor partners don't give you money for it. That is your own money that you have to pay for. So and that's why I'm saying we need to go back and do another audit of our institutions, the ones that are incapable of doing the job, right? We have to remove them. There are certain positions and roles that should not be duplicated, right? People must do the job, and then look, this is not only a government problem. This is an issue across the board. The investors face that, and it's not going to be an unpopular statement that I'm going to make. The NGOs face that. Many institutions face that. Gambians don't like to work. You come to work anytime you want, and you want to leave work at the clock of the hour 4. You leave office, and you always giving excuses
not attending,
not to be at work. And when you are given a tax, which will take you 1 hour.
Some of it has to do with the cultures that.
This is why you see the banks. People don't like going to the bank. They call it hell. Or people don't like going to certain institutions that have stringent measures to make sure that you deliver. They don't like that. They call it hell, a hell place. But it's not a hell place. It is.
It's well regulated.
If you don't want to get there, you just stay at home. No one is going to force you to do anything that you don't want. So I think the government must use that. Human behavior must be addressed, and that's why you have laws. You understand? You have a constitution.
I'm glad that finally, with all that you said about Jammeh, you are talking about Jammeh. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Finally, thank you. Let's get Mr. Let's get Mr. Barrow rounded up. Mr. You have had the box, the thing on the
budget. Oh my gosh! Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Well, that I will give it to you. Jammeh was the type.
Thank you very much.
So what is your?
Well, I mean, I'm happy that Marr Nyang has, pointed certain areas where the government is working on that is addressing human behavior. This concept, what he has mentioned here, some people don't want to work. Some people.
Majority.
I would say that some people don't want to work. You are given a job. You are asked to report at the job at 8 o'clock. You don't go to that office until around 11 o'clock. Things are waiting. Some people are waiting for you to do that job so that they can also go and do something. But they have to wait for you until the other day. Or sometimes files are lying down somewhere for action to be taken for almost 1 week, 2 weeks.
So
you send here, there are certain offices, you write a letter here to Saihou Mballow. For that letter to be delivered to Saihou Mballow, if you send it today, expect it next month.
Yeah, because Saihou Mballow is traveling. Saihou Mballow is not in office.
But even if Saihou Mballow travels, somebody should be there.
Nobody is there. You send it to Marr. You send it to Marr office. Now you write here a letter. You give it to the secretary, type the letter, give it to the messenger, or give it to the under secretary to sign it. It takes about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 3 days, 4 days. I think we have to change our behavior on that. I definitely support it. I definitely agree with him what he is saying on that. We have to change that. You see, me,
Okay,
I was working.
Okay, Mr. Mballow,
Right?
if you want to change that, how would you do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we
How?
are trying. You see, by bringing
Just
that,
completely how?
you
Because
see,
we're
we have
talking about the
just,
problem.
we have
How?
just brought these machines.
Bring that digital
You see that this, you
attendance.
see what we are doing now.
Attendance
We are trying to change
log.
so that people know that, listen, if I come late, obviously it will be noted that I came. I cannot sign, I cannot just come and present myself at 11 o'clock and expect to be paid, you know, from 7 o'clock. I think that is very important. Just like I was in the United States, I was working, I was teaching. For almost 15 to 16 years I was teaching. Where the school that I was teaching, we have this digital thing. Of course. Let me tell you, chap. When you enter 7:30, you make sure that you sign, you clock in.
And when you are going out.
Even your 30 minutes break, you have to click.
Yeah.
You have to clock that you are going for a 30-minute break. When you come back, 30 minutes, you clock and back. If you are late, they will notice that.
Yeah.
The system will notice that Saihou Mballow went out at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
He didn't come out. He didn't come back until 12 o'clock.
It's both for security and productivity
Safety
control.
as well.
Safety.
If I am absent,
whether you have-
obviously we will know. The computer will show that Saihou Mballow was not at work. I cannot tell a lie that I came yesterday to work while I am absent.
No.
So this is, we have to adopt that system so that at least we move forward. That is very, very important. And it's happening across. What he's saying is not only government.
Yeah.
Even the NGOs.
Yeah, they need it.
Institutions, private institutions.
They need it.
That is what is happening. People stay 1 week, 2 weeks without coming to work, and they are paid. And there is no reason. They will not give you any reason. I think we have to change that. This is our country. We are the people who should move this country forward. Not only the president. You see, the problem is here in Gambia, what people believe in, everything is the president, whatever. Even when the chicken die.
Really?
When the chicken die at the highway, they will say Barrow, Barrow.
Really?
Barrow.
Mr. Mballow, I didn't say that.
All right, finally, what about the budget?
Oh my God!
What do you make of the budget?
You guys just make my
What do you
day.
make?
Come on.
What do you make?
I don't need to dispute. I could have just wait for you two guys to say one thing. And
No, but I mean, what he's saying, what Mr. Mboowe is saying, that didn't happen during his time.
There were no
the driver, the bus driver himself,
There were no digital
was
machines.
hitting people on the
They have to start it.
was hitting the people on
He
the
have
road.
to be he have to be assertive. He have to be the one to show the example.
Finally, now
When he said back to the land, he was the one who went to the land to first.
let's talk about the.
Come on, you have to build the car.
Finally, the budget. Yeah, what do you make? That's the final thing. Your reaction to what Marr and.
what Marr is saying about the budget. I mean, if you look at, how this budget is framed. I mean, I think this is the right way. Although he's suggesting some adjustments, I know the Ministry of Finance would look at that. I mean, and if there is anything found to be unnecessary, it will be corrected. But right now, what we feel, I think this is the best system. This is the best way to move with the budget. That is these vehicles and the fuel that we have. For the OIC, like the vehicles he is talking about. What warranted these vehicles to be brought here?
Yeah.
They were brought here for a reason, good reason. That is the OIC. We never wanted Gambia to have a bad name. You bring here a minister or a president, they go from airport to Yundum and there is a breakdown. Is that not a disgrace for the Gambia?
Yeah.
Who will do that?
Yeah, but what happened to the vehicles after the summit?
Who will do that? After the summit?
Yeah.
Don't we have civil servants? Don't we have public servants? You want a minister to go to Basse and you see him have a breakdown in Buya. A minister who is going to visit a project, who is going with a Europe.
But they had vehicles already before
Mr. Mballow, you have
most of those vehicles were broken because of bad roads.
No.
We don't have bad roads.
Mr. Mballow,
We don't have good
don't
roads.
try to
You see
justify
what we
that.
have?
Let's listen to him.
Don't try to justify that.
Listen.
Mr.
No, but
Just give me.
you have a 57 gas and you have a 89 car.
Did you have one from the wife?
Huh?
You don't have. You don't have. You had your old vehicle.
No, I had the used vehicle. I don't have the OIC vehicle.
Okay. Yeah,
A minister was using. That a minister was using. That's the what.
passed to you.
That what passed to me.
For me, my recommendation,
Yes.
for my position on these OIC vehicles, before the OIC vehicles were purchased, the president commissioned the luxurious GTSC shuttles.
Shuttles, yeah.
Right, those balls very comfortable could have been used for that instead of buying 89 cars. Those shuttles could have transport these junior officials back and forth from the hotel to the OIC. Now, the ones that you were anticipating, it turns out to be 6 presidents. You could actually buy at least 10 cars for that instead of the 8 cars.
No, it couldn't be because they were expecting 53.
With the prime ministers.
They were expecting
with all
53
prime
heads of
ministers, vice presidents.
What seven
But
of them?
your ministers,
if the
vice president, we are vice presidents are present.
if the meeting,
prime ministers.
if the quality of the
You
meeting,
expect those people to be put in a
if the-
minivan?
But
no, I'm not saying a minivan.
How to call it?
I'm not saying a minivan.
If you and the president goes to America, they will not even give you new cars.
They won't. The minister will not be given a new car.
They will not.
I am telling you what the vehicle.
They will not. They will give you a good car, but not a new car. They will not buy a new car for you.
so
Even
they
if you're
could,
going to spend 1 week.
they could have
It's the
hired.
same, it's the same
Thank you very
SUVs.
much.
I wish we had the vehicles that the United States have. I can put a minister.
going
and
on-
make
What he is saying, what Marr is saying.
Most of the ministers' vehicles were broken. Permanent secretaries
No, but
were without vehicles.
the shuttle that Marr is talking
You don't
about,
go to
they
any-
are capable.
President Barrow, if he goes to United States with his ministers, you don't expect his minister to be put in vehicles whereby they are likely to be to have a breakdown.
Most likely those
We have seen what
Mr.
I
Barrow.
was in US.
Most
I was during the
but those
US.
Mr. Mbalow,
Yes.
could have been
only
hired.
presidents, African presidents, they were put in a bus in England.
Even in Senegal, I
No,
remember.
listen to me, man. All the African presidents were in a bus, one bus.
Yeah, and even in Senegal, I remember when
They were
they
put
were
one in
inaugurating.
Am I right or wrong?
But here, even if during
So
the
why
OIC,
do we have
during
to
the OIC,
buy a brand new
during the
SUV,
OIC, Gambian ministers,
$150,000
Gambian minister, presidential
just for a
advisors
day?
are put in a bus.
Let's get that. Let's
Huh?
get that. Let's get that.
Why do we have to buy a $150,000 SUV for a day? Why?
But
Do we have the shuttle? You are talking about the
Mr.
shuttle.
Mboowe,
The
don't
shuttle-
forget what the OIC brought here. How many dollars?
No, but listen.
How many dollars was
$300 million
spent in Gambia here?
So
because of this summit.
So
So you want to tell us that we have to be? I mean,
We get that point. We get that. If this summit,
you don't expect these prime ministers, the OIC, into organization
most people's
of Islamic.
most people's.
Corporation.
Now listen,
to come
most
here,
people.
they give us millions.
Let me help you.
And we put them in buses.
Let me help you. Most people's observation is that while it may not be a bad idea to acquire this type of vehicles, it is what happens to them after the summit that people are concerned. That why do you have to have luxurious vehicles allocated to ministers when they had already got vehicles that are little more less expensive than that, perhaps,
they are practically
which
new.
could have been maintained,
They are practically
and then
new.
these ones either sold off, or probably we didn't even need it. We need to hire a lot of SUVs from Senegal or somewhere else.
Listen, the whole scenario now is we have to come back to one point. Selling the vehicles that they said is owned by Jammeh. Jammeh did not own the vehicles. They were government vehicles.
But Jammeh designed them to be his. I saw that he said His Excellency.
Listen,
General
listen to me, man. Listen.
Didn't you
is
see
that all of them?
What happened to those vehicles?
Well, you tell me. He's here to tell us.
Yeah, but
We
how
had
many?
from the
Those vehicles were meant for such occasions like OIC.
Even
Because
though-
he lobbied for the OIC.
even
We
though
they
had
were
the-
level private.
Even though
we
Jammeh
had
was
the-
level
Wait,
private.
wait, listen to me, man. We had the AU summit. The AU summit taught Jammeh a lesson. That you know we need those vehicles.
But he was individually giving people that vehicle as he wished. You
Really?
forgot? Yeah, of course.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How did they get to
That's what
get hold of
I mean.
them?
People got vehicles.
No.
Jammeh will be happy with you
Lamin.
this morning, and in evening you give it.
Lamin,
Take that one.
that
saw that.
was so.
We saw that. We saw that.
No, that's so
You
wrong.
cannot say that
Which
in your
vehicles were they
You
selling?
can't say that in your
Which vehicles were they selling?
Who was selling? But I mean, they were not selling, but Jammeh was giving out as his own personal property.
No, but what do you mean his own personal property?
Okay, he gave them now.
Just like President Barrow is giving out vehicles. He is giving out
This
different
SUV vehicle?
I can't.
I don't know
This
where.
government vehicle?
What do you mean government
President
vehicle?
Barrow will buy, President Barrow, if he's going to give you a vehicle, he will call a dealer or will tell you to go to dealer store. Check a Nissan or something.
Okay.
He buy it for you.
Okay.
But to take government vehicle,
And give
like
it
dash it to people,
I don't think you will. I've not had that.
Okay. So Jammeh was taking government vehicles and
Of
giving it
course,
to people.
some of the vehicles that they are put of all African Union and give to the people. I don't want the top musicians got it. I cannot mention.
They were not those vehicles. Those vehicles, they were
My goodness,
they were
so-
meant for the OIC.
Jammeh
Because we hosted the AU summit.
Jammeh had fleets of vehicles that he
That was for the summit.
that he could give to you
That was
if
the
he
summit.
wanted
Come
his
on,
money.
listen.
My friend,
We have President Barrow who gave 57 trucks to
no,
the
57 to MPs.
Ah, yes.
And he said it was.
Where was it from?
Who are serving their
That one is
nation?
true.
Where was it from?
Who are serving?
That's no answer.
Where was it from?
No, that's
We
not
told you the
disclosed.
philanthropists who
All
subsidize.
the philanthropists. So if
He gave it to his national. You know why? National assemblies we are waiting to go to the parliament. They will wait for lift.
Yeah,
But it is great. Barrow was saying that.
but where?
I am elected opposition national assembly member. I cannot attend the parliament
Mr.
because I
Mboowe.
don't have a vehicle.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
where did the
No,
vehicles come
but
from?
Mr. Mbalow,
That's where the problem.
if the vehicles can come from a philanthropist,
Yeah, that's where
at
the
that,
problem.
at that material time, President Barrow was just 4 years in office or less. Am I not right?
Well, let me tell you.
How can you compare that with somebody who is already 20-something years in office?
If
He
somebody-
can have the same philanthropist too.
But that, what we are saying is private.
Marr, come here.
I mean, Mr. Mboowe.
Let's find out.
Mr. Mboowe,
Mr. Mboowe.
what Barrow is doing,
Listen,
Mr. Mboowe, better of the Gambia services of the Gambia government.
Kama just cut off with
I'm
you.
not assembly.
So you
Mr. Mboowe,
spend,
I know.
let me come
Let me come here.
Even
Marr,
opposition
let me
benefit
come
from
here.
this.
Let me come here.
If Barrow only choose to give these talks to his supporters, MPP alone, he would have, people would have questioned.
No.
It was a coalition.
He was corrupting them.
Discriminate.
He was corrupting them.
No.
Now,
That's what he
now
said.
let me help
He
you.
gave them $10,000.
Let me help you. Marr,
I gave you $10,000.
Marr is the one who specializes in those things. Marr, giving out a fleet of government vehicles to friends and admirers as you wish, and bringing in vehicles from anonymous sources. Which crime is bigger than the other? You tell us. You are the one who follow the money.
Keep it for the services
Let's follow the
for
money.
the Gambia government.
Let's listen to Marr. You deal with those things. Which one is? Oh well, which one is?
What is your opinion on that?
What is wrong with both?
Just tell us.
Very quickly.
Marr is
That's the joke. I will finalize that. Yeah.
The constitution is clear on that. If you look at section 220 or section 200 around that, and on code of conduct, right? Even a gift that is given to a public officer belongs to the state.
That's right.
They have to declare it. Now, you cannot use a state asset and then give it to an individual.
So both were wrong.
Right? That you cannot do, because it is taxpayers' money that finance the procurement of that. Even if it's not taxpayers' money, but it is given to the people
On behalf.
That car was given to you on behalf of the people. So that's why you see GG.
Yeah.
You will not see BJL on those cars. So you cannot take those cars and then give it out. That is wrong. You understand? The one way you could do it, if it is a government officer, right? You can do what they call lease to own. You're giving the car, and at the subsidized rate, you're using it until it
Like what
becomes
is
yours.
currently happening in the National Assembly,
Yeah.
their vehicles.
Yeah. So the other thing with the philanthropists giving out also vehicles without declaring it, I think one thing the people, the reason why people are always demanding for the transparency in that is we want to know who that philanthropist is.
Don't sugarcoat it. It's wrong.
No.
But
I'm not
coming from
I guess as long as having
I can be happy with Mboowe with your party. You form your party, and I said I want your party members, your government, because when Barrow came, parliamentarians couldn't have anything. Some of them were looking for a lift. How can Barrow have a government effectively while parliamentarians cannot?
Nobody is contesting how he put the vehicles to use. What he do with the vehicle, nobody's contesting that. That might be necessary. But how he did not declare the source of it, that's where the problem is. Jammeh, he might have bought them legally from government funds. He might have got it from. He might have got it from very good sources, government sources. But then he gave it out to people, and that's wrong.
I was not done actually.
Okay.
Right. So what I was saying, and you took good part of it. How the properties were put to use. It was distributed amongst all parliamentarians. And I think that should not in fact has happened in the first place. Parliament at the time should have been prepared for that. Not now. They should have made sure that the parliamentarians don't ask for leave. Before I drive a car, I used to be in a bus, gala with parliamentarians. It was it was not right because they're attending to a very important session. Even if there were no cars given to them, they could have used buses. Station at one place, you get there on time, the bus pick you up and then take you to the parliament and returns you back, and then you will be secured to maybe an escort that will not cause traffic. Now, the issue of people asking which philanthropist is whether that philanthropist is a financer of the government's or the ruling party's party, or it just the person actually have an interest.
Lobbies.
Right?
Somebody who's going
to the government.
It's not a lobby. Gentlemen, if somebody who sympathizes with the government party is the president, you want the president to have.
Next time they will come and look for a fishing license. And you give them fishing license.
Well,
you give them for 550,000 euros.
Let me have the
fishing license.
Let me have the verdict.
Empty our seat.
Let me have the verdict. We all have very valid points on the budget. We had also divergent views on the president's
You never asked me about the budget.
No.
You never asked me?
Well, I think you started with the budget.
No, you never asked me. He was deliberating.
So very quickly, 1 minute.
I'm saying, honestly, we are heading towards depression.
Oh, depression.
Because we already have $110 billion in debt. And now 52 point something is coming on top of that again. ERP, you remember ERP?
Yes.
Okay, ERP is coming back again in the Gambia. Inshallah. I'm not praying for it, but the trend, that's what it's leading it to. We are going to sell everything here that we own. Because we started it from our port, innit? 80-20. That's how it was before, the PPP. That's why, in 83, there was this ERP. I was here. We were here, Lamin.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We've seen it already. The model is there. It's there. So you can correlate. Maybe he was not here. Maybe he was not there at the time. He was too young to put the pieces. But you and I was here. You understand what I'm saying? And him, Barrow, was here as well. This is the model. This is exactly what happened, what transpired. From loans to loans to loans until you default. Totally. Now they come and say, listen, you are overloaded, you are overstaffed. Return your 30,000 workers were returned at that time.
Yeah, in 1985.
Thank you very much. So we are sleepwalking to that.
I hope we don't get it. Anyway, thank you very much, Modou Mboowe of the APRC Babili Mansa. If that is the official name, or is not to Alliance, or is Babili Mansa. Oh, I thought it's not to Alliance.
The better the man for this country, the man who rules this country.
Whatever
22 years.
Whatever the name is, thank you very much. Marr Nyang from the Gambia participates, and Honorable Saihou Mballow, thank you very much for coming here and answering our difficult and inconvenient questions, and for putting up a fight against the APRC.
It's always good to have you. We have been doing this.
I know.
No, Lamin, we have been doing this on Freedom
Radio.
I know,
Freedom Radio.
Yes, back in the
day. It's just a table has stone now. Thank you all. We will be back next week.
But Mark, it was good to have you.
I hope a different bunch.
I hope it happens another one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we will. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, Takaful Fund, management of Zakat, management of Awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Caraba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657-479-980-8483, 340-9400, or 635-9906.
Jamano Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamano, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be delivered to them within the shortest time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamano Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and Approved Services. Visit our head office at Brusubi opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited, or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call us on 310-3050 or 310-3051, or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamano Money Transfer.
I get it. Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyingi.
Okay. What's that? Nsila ID soto.
Sorry. I get it.
Bijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Mbare.
Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Birin koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe ko.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Gambia kono anin Gambia bantala bankol. Nko kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol dil fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bu kanila ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.